Tax Park family? My name is Chanel Parks. I am the owner and founder of Tax Park Financial and Business Solutions. So today's video is going to be about getting your IP PIN, okay? So it's your identity protection PIN number, which is a 6-digit number, okay? So what we're going to be discussing today is how do you protect your own identity and how do you protect your children's identity, okay? So we have a lot of issues where people will go and file children and they know they're not supposed to file them, and then you will go and do your tax return and then there will be rejections, okay? So I get this at least 5 times minimum per tax season where a mom will come to me, those are her children, and then they will get rejected and she's like, I don't know who filed my children. Well, honestly, I don't know either, and I don't know that you'll ever find out by the IRS, okay? So what we lead with is I tell all of my clients to go ahead and get an IP PIN, okay? So this PIN is something that the IRS will give a new one out every year, okay? They will send a new one to you via mail and it will have the new PIN, okay? Even if you have one for your children, they will send them one every year. So let's say you're in a situation where you and your husband are divorced. If your husband wants to file the kids in 2024, you would give him the PIN that the IRS will send you before that tax season, okay? So let's say 2025 comes around and it's your turn to file them. Well, if your husband tries to file them again that year, knowing that that's not the agreement, he won't even have the PIN to do so, right? Because it's going to reject it and state, hey, we need an IP PIN, and he won't know it, or whatever you guys' situation is. So that's basically what we're going to be working on today. And it's so easy, okay? So we're going to get straight into it. We are going to go to the IRS.gov website, okay? We're going to go in the search bar and we're going to put form 15227, okay? We're going to, okay, so that is the first thing that pops up here. And we're going to go ahead and click it, and it does come in English and Spanish form, okay? All right, so here we have the application for an identity protection personal identification number, which is your IP PIN, okay? Form 15227. All right, so we're going to read a little about what's going on because reading is fundamental. Okay.
Read first, please.
Okay, so do not submit this form if you already have an IP PIN or receive notification from IRS you've been assigned an IP PIN. So if you have an IP PIN, the IRS is going to automatically send you a new one every year, okay? And it's your business to give that to your tax preparer every year, because if you forget and we go in and submit your tax return, we're going to get a rejection for you, and it is going to state that. And what I do is just direct all my clients to the IRS.gov / get an IP PIN or / retrieve IP PIN, okay? All right, so we're going to continue to read, and it states, if you've lost your IP PIN or have not received one in the mail, you may retrieve it at IRS.gov / retrieve IP PIN. You may get an IP PIN immediately by visiting IRS.gov / get an IP PIN, or schedule a visit at a taxpayer assistance center request an IP PIN. I personally would not do that because what's the odds? I mean, what's the quickest that you can get in there? How far is the appointment? You know, it's just a whole thing. So it's very important to be vigilant and be knowledgeable to go ahead and do some things yourself, okay? All right, so we're going to continue that you can find a TAC office closest with you, such. We're not worried about that because that's not the option we're going to want to choose, okay? All right, so in order for IRS to accept this form, you, the person in box A, must meet all of the following criteria. You in box A, okay? So in box A, we're putting whomever we're getting a IP PIN for. If it's you, your name is in box A. If it is child 1, Okay, child 1 will be Aiden. Okay, Aiden will be in box A. If you have 2 to 3 kids, the next form will be Caden. Okay, box A. So in box A, each form you're gonna do is for everybody in your household. All right. Okay. So you're gonna meet the 4 criteria, which is you don't have an IPPN assigned to you, you have a social security number or ITIN. Please complete number in box D below. Your adjusted gross income on your last file return is below. For individuals, 73,000, or for married filing jointly, 146,000. You have access to a telephone. Okay, so you're going to provide your phone number in box E. All right. Okay. So again, each form that we're going to fill out is for each person you want to get an IPPN. If you have 4 kids, 4 of these need to be filled out with each kid's information, okay? If you are adding yourself and your spouse to that, all 4 kids and you and your spouse, that is 6 people. You're going to fill out 6 of these, okay? All right. So the thing is, for children, it has to be filled out and mailed in to the IRS, okay?
You couldn't just mail it?
There's no other way around it. We have to fill it out and we have to mail it in, okay? So we're going to go ahead and practice filling this out. So last name, we're going to put Jones. First name, Billy. Middle initial will be E. So Billy E. Jones is who we're filling this out for, okay? And so here we're going to put our email address. Let's do this. I can't spell. Okay, we're going to put 1111, stop stealing my identity. City, we're going to put Houston. We're going to put Texas. And we're going to put, oh Lordy, the zip code. Okay, so here on C, it states the person in box A is a dependent. So Billy E. Jones is a dependent. Click. Each child, click. We're going to fill that out, all right? So the taxpayer identification number, if the child has a social or whoever have a social or ITIN number, you're going to put it here, okay? So let's go ahead and put that. That's our 9-digit number. We're going to count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to make sure, okay? Also, a telephone number. So I'm going to put my business number here, 832-669-6310, okay? So that is our number. Language preference, English. Okay, so I declare to the best of my knowledge and belief the information entered on this form 15227 is true, correct, complete, and made in good faith, okay? So we can go ahead and put this on here. What's today's date? The 28th, 22. And also when you print it out, you're going to go ahead and print your name there, okay? So it doesn't give us anywhere to kind of jot it in, so you're going to sign your name when you print it out, okay? So the instructions on submitting this form, okay? Box A, enter your name as shown as on your last filed tax return, okay? If your first or middle name does not fit in the space allowed on the form, you may show the first and middle name initials, though you must provide your full last name. Box B, complete mailing address of person in box A. Person in box A is what, friends? Whomever we are filling this form out for, okay? All right, box C, indicate if this form is being prepared or submitted by a parent or legal guardian of a dependent or dependent relative, okay? Box D, we're going to provide the social security number or the ITIN of the person in box A. Who's in box A, friends? whomever we're filling this particular form out for, okay? Box E, please provide telephone number or person in box A. Okay, we ain't gonna do it. It can be reached during business hours. So if dependent child or dependent relative, provide phone number of parent or legal guardian, okay? So they will contact the person in box A to verify and authenticate their identity, okay? All right, box F, indicate your language preference for the appropriate IRS assister to call you. Okay, so helpful reminders are you may want to have any current tax returns available to help with answering questions when they contact you. You will receive a new IPPN in early January of each year in a mailed CP01A notice to use when you file your tax returns during the following season. At this time, if the taxpayer chooses to receive an IPPN, they cannot opt out later. If you choose to get an IPPN, you can't opt out. Okay? They're just going to send you new ones every year. And it's also important to keep up with your address up to date with the IRS, because whatever address is on there, they are going to send it to that address. Okay? So please put a permanent and liable address on here and on your tax returns. Okay? So you have one or two methods that you can do. All right, so choose one method below of submitting this form, either by mail or by fax, but not both. Can we repeat that for the people in the back? Choose one method of submitting this form, either by mail or by fax, not both. Another time for the people in the back. Mail or fax, not both, okay? Personally, I am going to go ahead and tell you guys we're going to mail that thing off. We are not faxing anything to the IRS for it to sit there and linger. Don't nobody have time for that. Let's just be honest, okay? I will never fax anything to the IRS, okay? Me personally. Okay, so my clients, as for Tax Park and family, we're going to be submitting by mail, okay? So when we print out all of these forms, okay, so basically for Billy, Billy Jr., Billy Sr., and everybody in the whole family, we're going to have a total of 6 of these with everybody name in box A and their corresponding information. We are going to go ahead and mail this form to the Department of the Treasury, IRS, Fresno, California, zip code 93888-0025. That's it. So do we need a recap? We're going to go through and read thoroughly before we fill it out. We're going to fill out one for each family member we want to get a pen, an IP pen. Again, for children, you can only mail it. That is what someone told me from the IRS. That is what I'm giving you, okay? You can only mail this form for children, okay? So make sure that you click that this person in the box A is a dependent, all right? You're going to put all of your information. You're going to go ahead and print this out. You are going to sign your name where it says printed name of person submitting this form. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to mail it to the IRS Department of the Treasury. Okay. So if you're Spanish speaking, it's down here. You can fill it out the same way. Same thing applies, okay? So that is how you will get an IP pen for you and your family and mail it in, okay? So now your children are protected every tax season. If you go back and forth with someone wanting to claim them, you just give them the IP pen that the IRS mails to you every year, okay? You'll give it to them for that year. And that is all. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my video. Hope it wasn't too long. Go ahead and follow me, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a loved one, tell anybody, okay, who could benefit from this, because I know it's a lot of people and I don't see a lot of videos on YouTube about this. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for the next video. Again, I'm Chanel from TaxPark, and I'll see you guys soon.